Mikel Arteta's side were also knocked out of the Champions League quarter-final stage by Bayern Munich. How far away do you think they are from doing it?
I genuinely feel they're very, very close. They're right on the cusp. But there were times last season when I thought they might be able to get it done. I
think they win it this year.
Do you, James?
Yeah, I've got just a horrible feeling being a Spurs fan. I just don't know. Pep's season, it's the last one maybe for him. He might be on his way out. I think there's a few players at Man City who are probably looking for a way out.
Maybe.
They've done, the 4 on the bounce, which was a record which Pep was driving them towards. What is... he wants the Champions League again. That's what he wants. That's Pep's thing, isn't it? He wants that.
And with Liverpool, with Arne Slot coming in, there might be a period there where it's not going quite so well for them. Who knows? They might get off to a flyer. We'll have to wait and see. But another opportunity for Arsenal. They're very, very close. Just listening there to Perry Groves, it was, who said, look, I think they might need another one up top. I would agree with that. I do think, look, and they've got some very good players. When you think they've got Trossard, Martinelli, Saka, Nketiah, Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, they've got players, they've got a good variety of players, but you just... When you think about us, I just think they need that one up there.
Yeah.
If it's out there, if it's the right one. And I don't
Ivan
know who
Toney's that guy. I mean, they've gone quiet on him. I thought that was going to be one that was definitely
going to happen. I do like Ivan Toney. I do. Listen, he's a different type of centre forward to those that have obviously got that searing pace and that can play up there on their own and are always charging around. He's obviously more of a focal point, more of a target man, but he's got good qualities, isn't he?
Yeah,
he has. I do like him, and whenever I watch him play, I do think that he's and you would think, with respects to Brentford, that he's ready now to kick on to something, to the next level.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be far away from your thoughts, would he?
No, I thought he might have been a good fit for them. He gives them a different dimension. They got Jesus,
correct,
who's like that silky player. But maybe they needed, someone up there who's big and strong, holds it up, but can finish as well.
Yes.
I just thought I thought he would have been quite a good fit for him. I think he would have scored goals, but I don't know if that's cooled a little bit. I don't know why, but it seems to have not really took off.
It hasn't sort of been an
I don't know at Spurs. I'd take him at Spurs all day.
There's a lot, actually. Funny enough, we had a text earlier from Dan, who's a Spurs fan, said, who would you take at Spurs, Marcus Rashford or Ivan Toney? Who would you take out of them two, if you could?
In their best, I would take Rashford, but I think if you want guaranteed goals and work rate, I'd have Ivan Toney.
Yeah, there are very few like Ivan Toney now, aren't they? In my era, there was lots of big upright strikers, and you would have seen them in all, James, that every team kind of had and wanted. Whereas
they're hard to find now.
They're hard to find. They are. But I think he can drop in and he can play and he can link, and he's clever. He's an intelligent footballer, as well as he gets his numbers. I do like him. I really do. But like you say, and I would have thought, what sort of money they bit? What was it? Was it sort of 60?
It was 60. But I think I don't know if they're going to get that for him. I don't know.
I don't know why that as you say, that it hasn't quite moved on from that. Who knows? Last minute. It might be, but it's always nicer if your club can get their work done now.
Early.
Get them in through the door, and they can be part of the tours, and they can meet up and get acclimatised a bit, rather than coming in a couple of 48 hours before the first game. Yeah.
All right, let's get more on this with broadcaster, Arsenal fan Harry Symeou. Morning, H.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Yeah,
Hi,
good. You've obviously watched the game this morning, Arsenal. I know this obviously pre-season. It's hard to really read into things, but how are they looking?
It's really difficult to tell at the moment, Jamie, because there's so many players still missing from the setup. Lots of players were involved at the Euros, and a large portion of them haven't really rejoined. We saw Arsenal played a pre-season game behind closed doors a few days ago, and Arteta went with a really strong team in the first half of that one, and he kind of did it the other way around this time. He started with some of the young kids, Martin Odegaard, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus. Some of the big boys came on in the second half. It wasn't an amazing performance, but I just think at the early stages of pre-season, it's about building minutes up, isn't it? It's about getting acclimatized to playing football matches again. I'll tell you who did stand out, though, and that's young Ethan Nwaneri. He became the youngest ever player to represent Arsenal not last season, the season before. And there's been high hopes for him among the Arsenal fans for quite some time. He played 83 minutes this morning, and to me, looked brilliant. Again, the low center of gravity, the confidence. This is a name that people really do need to remember, Ethan Nwaneri, because he is on his way to bigger and better things. And I think the fact that Mikel Arteta gave him so much more of the game than some of the other kind of academy players that have kind of gone along on the tour, I think says a lot about where Mikel Arteta's at on him. I think come the new season, he's very much going to be a part of the squad. And we've heard that, Emile Smith Rowe could be on his way as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ethan Nwaneri's emergence has made Arsenal feel a little bit more comfortable about letting somebody like Emile Smith Rowe go, because he really looks a talent.
Harry, what about Jurrien Timber? How's he doing now? Because when he first came in, he looked great, and then he had that nasty injury, been out a long time. Is he part of it? Is he getting minutes under his belt?
Yeah, he played at centre-back this morning alongside the young Aidan Heaven, who's another academy product that looks pretty promising. But it's interesting because Jurrien Timber, the timing of the injury was really unfortunate right at the start of the season. And just when he was available to start playing football matches again, the season ended. So he hasn't had that opportunity to get game time under his belt. So you feel like pre-season this time is really, really important for him. He played at centre-back today. He is obviously a centre-back by trade, and he's an option for Arsenal in that position. But I suspect he'll play most of his football next season as a fullback, because I can't see Mikel Arteta breaking up that Saliba-Gabriel pairing when they're back and available. But he's looking good, and I know it's an old Arsene Wenger cliche, isn't it? But it's like a new signing having him back. So looking forward to it.
Arteta, is he under a bit of pressure this season to win something? It's been 4 years since they last won a trophy. Won the FA Cup in his first season, didn't even, fair play. But since then, look, they're knocking on the door. But they're spending some money, and they got big players, and they're a big club. They need to win something.
Stop trying to put the Spurs narrative on it, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm just
trying
saying,
to pass the pressure over. Look, there is a bit of pressure. Because Arsenal have taken significant strides in the last couple of seasons, but at some point you have to crown that off, don't you? With silverware and with real tangible progress in terms of actually winning things. So there is more pressure than there has been in the last couple of seasons. But I think the reason Arsenal fans feel so good about Mikel Arteta is because the team is getting better year on year. You keep seeing him change things, reinvent things. Everybody looked at that defensive unit and said it's among the best in the business. And look, he's gone out again and brought in another top defender in Ricardo Calafiori. That's going to get over the line very shortly. And Arsenal are in an even better position. So he knows that he needs to keep evolving and he needs to keep progressing things. But at some point, the pressure is going to come. I think Arsenal need to win something this year. But if Arsenal continue to push Manchester City and they miss out narrowly again, I don't think that's going to be a reflection on Mikel Arteta and the job that he's doing. The fact that Arsenal are there after 20 years of no Premier League title and in truth not getting anywhere near it is a credit to him.
Okay. All right, Harry, top man, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, just on Smith Rowe, good player.
Good player.
But he probably needs to move on and get playing.
Again, got to play some regular football. I met his dad, actually. It was dad at a family wedding, and he was there, a friend of a friend, etc. And talking to him, and I think it's an important time now for someone like Emile, James, isn't it? Because he's
how old is he now? What's he? He's got to be 25,
must be mid-20s, must be.
Yeah, you're not sitting on the bench every week, and not playing. You get to the point where you got to go. I got to go and play.
Do you know? I think that I understand. You don't want to walk out of a team like Arsenal, particularly a team like Arsenal that's on the verge and on the cusp of maybe winning something. But you got to play as a footballer. When it's all done and dusted, like it is, now for me and for you. You look back. You. I think whenever you move, sometimes some moves they work, some don't go quite according to plan, but you've done it for the right reason because you want to play.
Yeah,
you want to play rather than sitting about picking a very healthy few quid up. Listen, some can do that, but I'd like to think Emile wants to now get out and show the world what he can really do.
Yeah, I agree. He's a good player. Right, coming up, we're going to talk the departure of Southgate, and could we see the return of Ben White in an England shirt?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.